Hey, konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? Are you ready for the summer festival? Are you feeling a bit Natsumatsuri? Okay, I've got a review of the new issue of Ultimate X-Men. It's Ultimate X-Men issue 5, story and art by Peach Momoko, and colours of course. And this is an exciting issue. For me, this issue kind of pulls the series back to how it started. It feels like there's a lot going on in this issue, and I'll try not to spoil too much, but in my look inside the book, my story summary, I am going to show like 3/4 of the story. So if you don't want to know yet, if you don't want the spoilers, do come back to this video later. Don't watch it now. But yeah, this really pulled me in. We get some new characters, some exciting characters, as well as our regular team of Maystorm, Hisako, who's armor. We get a new character, Nico Minoru, and Noriko Ashida. Noriko Ashida is called Surge, and you get to see her powers in this. Pretty cool. And Nico Minoru is possibly a psychic. Is she going to find out where Hisako's lucky charm, where her omimuri, oh my god, I forget me Japanese now, omamuri, how is that powering her? How is it giving her the, this armor power? And who is the weird, dark, creepy black spirit that's haunting her or stalking her? Does it get revealed in this issue? You'll have to find out. Okay, so to give this a score, I'm going to give this a score here. I'm going to say this is a good 8.5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, I did really enjoy this, and I like the return as well to Japanese horror in here. It's creepy, it's freaky, it's like the Addams Family. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get to the story summary. Please keep watching. Here we go. Here's a recap of the last few issues. Main character, teenage girl Hisako Ichiki, armor, had new powers awakened to protect her when a sinister shadow attacked. Ever since, the shadow has followed her, bringing dark and unusual occurrences with it. During a recent confrontation, a group of onlookers caught Armor's powers on video. Though her friend Mei Igarashi, Maystorm, fried their phones with her lightning powers, the damage was already done. The next day, the video was trending on social media. Armor and Maystorm don't understand the source of their powers, but another classmate, alleged psychic Nico Minoru, claims that they are mutants. The issue opens with what appears to be a video playing a replay of Tsubasa being bullied by his junior high school classmates. Who's watching the video? It's the big kid with glasses whose name we've not yet learned, but he's the one who's possibly rumoured to be the Shadow King. Then we see somebody else also holding a phone. She's kind of half watching the phone, half looking at him. She asks the guy if he's got plans for summer break. Why? I need you to fix my computer. And then he replies with this. Again, psychers always break electronics. She tells him to stop calling her that. I'm not like you. Then we get her commenting on social media and how scary it is. Go viral in your public property, just like that. The boy replies, That's Hisako Ichiki, right? We went to middle school together. Then we learn his name. She calls him Kageyama. Kageyama, you creep. You did this to her, didn't you? He replies that it wasn't him, not this time, whatever that means, but he does have some good secrets. What? Of her? Show me. Maybe one day. You suck. Then he tells her he has to go. His friend is calling him. Like you have friends. He wishes her a nice summer, says don't work too hard, and she tells him to buzz off, loser. Yep, I know that feeling. Then we catch up with Hisako and Mei. We're in Hisako's room and she's talking about she feels like something keeps stalking her. The accident wasn't her fault. And then a creepy voice that I think only Hisako can hear. Now, Hisako, that's your trauma speaking. Although I suppose I'm to blame for stirring that darkness up inside you. Hisako thinks it's Mei that she's heard Mei, and Mei's looking at her like, what? Then we get this really creepy image. I love these two panels here. Just really good art. Proper Japanese horror. I told you, I want to be friends. We're the same. We have powers that normal people can only dream of. We could control this stupid world. We are superior. So finally we get a reference to Homo Superior. Then it's back to Hisako and she's stuttering like, I can't remember those eyes. I've seen them somewhere. Then she appears to come out of her trance. Hello? Anyone home? Says Mei. Who else is in the room with them? Here we go, let's meet. It's Nico Minoru. Mei's telling a friend off here, saying, come on, snap out of it, Hisako. You're the one who wanted to talk to Nico. Then Hisako asks if Nico can get a reading of something that she has. It's this. Nico calls it interesting and asks Hisako what she wants to know. Who gave me this? If I know who it is, I can report it to the police. And then Mei butts in. Are you kidding? You think the cops will believe a psychic vision from an Omamori protection amulet? Says Nico. If we can begin. Now I love the little details in this big panel here. Look at these, look at the weird magical items. We've got the candle there. We have some paper with the charm on it, of course. She's got a book of magic, a book of spells possibly. A little mini skull as well. Nico uses a magnifying glass to look closer at the amulet. She even sniffs it. She can smell blood somehow and sees a symbol behind the little figure. Mei asks her what she did. Did she cast some kind of magic, some kind of spell? No, it wasn't. But then there's a crash from the magnifying glass. Paching! That should not have happened, says Nico. Wow, something bursts out of the amulet. It's all black and gooey looking. It's not a symbiote, is it? But in the next panel we switch back to Kageyama. He's back in his cupboard with his strange version of Cerebro on his head. Is it Cerebro? Or is it just complete nonsense? Not yet, he says. We need more time to get to know each other. Back to Hisako and Mei, and something black and frightening is creeping, like sliming its way out of the table, the paper. What is that? Says Nico. That's the thing I told you about, says Hisako. Be gone, shouts Nico, and she splats it with a spellbook. This thing is what's been stalking you, says Nico. Mei's lifting up the book to see what's happened to it, and weirdly it's kind of crawling up out of being splatted. It's still alive. It's still moving. Foom. Suddenly, Nico's magnifying glass, which was broken, wasn't it, seems to suddenly grow in size. Look at it, it's massive. Is it going to suck in this creature? Whatever you're doing, it's working, says Hisako. Keep going. And then the creature looks like a weird, thin, black version of Slimer from Ghostbusters. Look at the size of Nico's magnifying glass now. It's huge. But then in the next couple of panels, it shrinks down in size. Or is it all perspective? Then Nico tells them that her grandmother gave her the magnifying glass. There's more to it than I thought. Hisako's Omamori drops out of what appears to be the air. It just reappears and she catches it. And there's a scratch on Nico's cheek. A pact made with blood, says Nico. I've read about this in my grandmother's research. So it really is true. Then we switch scenes to a new place. There are two people sat in a room. First of all, we see their legs. One is a girl, and one appears to be either a man or a high school student, a boy. He's asking what the summer plans are. Serge, can I call you? I don't know, she says. And then we see the scar on her leg. Remember from the opening part of the book? It's her, it's the high school student who was talking to Kageyama, the possible Shadow King, at the beginning of the comic. Then we get a weird look of the guy, and it's obviously an older man because he appears to be receding or going bald. It's not a high school boy. And he says, I didn't know you had a scar on your thigh. Now I'm going to stop there. I know, don't kill me. I don't want to spoil the ending. There's still 6 pages of story to go. But yeah, great to see this introduction of a new character here right at the end. Well, at the beginning as well, but at the end. And we get to see some of her powers in the next few pages. And there you have it. Do hope you enjoyed my look inside the book. So, out of the variant covers, I think there are about 3 or 4. This is my favourite. It's by artist Megan Hetrick. I wanted to say Hat-trick. Hat-trick! I got 3 goals! But yeah, what do you think? This is a kind of look at the possible Shadow King. This is Kageyama in all his glory. Pretty cool. I like the perspective. I like the freaky eyes on the what appear to be tentacles. Are they connected to him? To his fez? Has he got a fez on there? Who knows? Anything goes in this comic. Okay, and as always, do drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Are you even reading this anymore? If not, are you just checking my review to see what happened? I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching. It's been Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, signing off for the night. Matane.